Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. Saints, get finished up with a nice performance on Sunday. Come back in for your treatment. Get a little bit of film done on Monday, a walkthrough on Tuesday. They'll travel today, and then they will play the Los Angeles Rams coming up tomorrow inside SoFi. In a huge game for both of these teams. And for the Saints, you played two very poor teams over the last 2 weeks, but you've played a little bit better. And for the Rams, they're playing their best ball of the season. They started 3-6 on the year. They have won 4 of 5 since, and the only loss in that 5-game stretch for the Rams was a 37-31 loss at Baltimore, and they may be the 1 seeds in the AFC. So the Rams have been very, very good. The Rams offense averaging 33 points per game over its last 4 contests. And Matt Stafford, who is past his prime, and he did get his Super Bowl that he was so yearning for, had to get out of Detroit to do it, but he got it. He's battled injuries and age, and he's still playing pretty well. If you look at the last 4 games for Los Angeles, he's completing 66% of his throws for about 265 yards per game. He's thrown 12 touchdowns over those 4 games and only 1 interception. He's been very good. On the outside, we think of the Rams as the Cooper Kupp show. And he's been good since missing the first month. Had a touchdown catch in each of the last 3 games for the Rams. But Puka Nacua has kind of become their number 1 guy. He's their leading receiver. They took him in the 5th round out of BYU this year. Gone over 100 yards 5 different times. And so Stafford kind of uses those 2 guys as his go-tos on the outside. We know the Saints have been excellent in terms of pass defense this year. They're 6th in the NFL in passing yards per game allowed. That's allowed them to be 6th in the NFL in points allowed per game. And while Marshawn Lattimore is a huge piece to that, honestly, the other guys have done a good job. Paulson Adebo has been a hit for them as far as draft picks go. I like Alontae Taylor and the speed that he has and the physicality that he's playing with right now. While Tyrann Mathieu's not the player he was, he's still opportunistic. He had a couple of picks a couple of weeks ago, and you can generally count on him to be in the right place. Is he explosive as he once was? No, but this group as a whole has played very well. This, however, will be their biggest test in a while since Trevor Lawrence came to town. And we know that the Jaguars kind of went up and down the field early in that game. So in a year where you've gotten so many breaks in terms of the quarterbacks that you've played, you did not see Anthony Richardson. You saw Jordan Love early. That's the first time I've not said Bryce Love. You saw Jordan Love early when he was still trying to figure some things out. And you played pretty well in that game until you gagged it away at the end. But you've seen Bryce Young, who's not been good. You saw Mac Jones, who's been benched. You saw Tyson Bagent, who's a backup, and Josh Dobbs at backup, and Desmond Ridder, who's been benched. And you have really played some poor quarterbacks. But you played Trevor Lawrence and gave up 31 points, and you played Jared Goff and gave up 33. So while I do think the Saints have a quality pass defense, it does lend itself to a discussion of, hey, is this really more a product of the quarterback play, or is this a unit that is toward the top of the NFL? We'll probably get that answer pretty quickly with Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp in this game. If the Rams go up and down the field, my confidence level in the Saints matching that is not good. For me, when I look at this game, I think the Saints need to win it 21-17, 24-20. They probably don't need to win it 35-31, right? That recipe doesn't sound sustainable. Look at the wins that the Saints have posted this year. Against the Giants, 24-6. Against Carolina, 20-6. Against the Bears, 24-17. Now, things got moving against Indianapolis, 38-27. And I don't need to talk too much about the Patriots game because I don't count that when we're talking about teams that can really play, and the Rams can really play. The Patriots can't. But then you go back to early in the season, they beat the Panthers 20-17. They beat the Titans 16-15. They need to win low-scoring games. Now, full transparency here, I like the way the Saints played on offense on Sunday. I thought that was very good. It was the best I thought they'd looked all year, outside of maybe the Patriots game. And so maybe they're starting to find a rhythm, and that'd be great. You look at the injury report, and Chris Olave's starting to give it a go. We'll see if we see him. He's, banged up and didn't play last week. You've got Jimmy Graham in the red zone, who's become a little bit of a threat. Shaheed's back and as healthy as he's been in a while. And Derek Carr managed to hit 9-10 guys last week and spread the ball around. So maybe they're finding something, but I'm not going to bet on that. If I have to bet on something clicking for the Saints and winning this game on the road on a short week against a team that is a quality opponent with a good quarterback, it needs to be closer to 20 than 30. I'm just not ready to bet on Carr and this team going out there and winning a fourth quarter shootout. And the Rams are capable, like I just mentioned, 33 points per game in their last 4. The Saints need to pare that down by 2 touchdowns, in my opinion, to have this thing feel comfortable. Does the pass rush get home? We talked about that yesterday. The Rams have been pretty good about that because their quarterback knows how to get rid of it, not because he can move. Does that allow you to play some more press coverage? Does that allow you to be more opportunistic? That was the tenor yesterday. Either way, you can do it with turnovers, which the Saints have done. You can do it with just good old-fashioned stops or being tough in the red zone. There are a lot of different ways to hold this Rams team closer to 20 than 30. The Saints have got to find that out one way or another come Sunday. We'll talk more tomorrow about what the Saints need to do offensively and what went well over the weekend. But to me, the strength-on-strength piece of this is the Rams offense with Kupp healthy now and Stafford healthier against a Saints defense that, for this point in the year, is pretty healthy. I'd love to have Lattimore out there. Trust me, that'd be great. I'd love to have Marcus May out there. That'd be great. I'd love it if Peyton Turner was available. He hasn't been all year. But Cam Jordan is playing. Carl Granderson's been limited this week. You expect him to play. And the rest of your group is fairly healthy. DeMario's fine. Tyron's out there. Adebo, like I mentioned, and Alontae Taylor are good to go. You've got your interior players. For Christmas time, that's about as good as I can ask. This is the point of the calendar where things get to be a war of attrition, and the Saints are holding up okay. They got to find a way to get this win, though. A win on Thursday for the Saints drastically alters the way you look at this entire thing. So does a loss. It's massive. Not quite as massive as your divisional game next week. But if you lose this one, you could set yourself up to turn out the lights next week on the road against a division team that came into your house and throttled you early in the year. You could be done this time next week. 2 weeks. But you could put yourself in a great position if you can find a way to get this done. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.